Hello everyone, welcome. It's Halloween time, and we are reviewing and checking out some horror movies that maybe I've seen, maybe Roland's seen, or none of us have seen.
Maybe we've heard of,
We've heard of. We're gonna try them out this time, right?
Yeah.
And I figured I'd bless Roland with one of my favorites, and it could not be one of his at this point. It's Demons from 1985.
Dario Argento.
Well, it's produced and written, co-written by Dario Argento, but is directed by Lamberto Bava, who also did do the screenplay as well.
Cannibal Holocaust.
There you go.
Wow. Good for him.
People have made their waves, you know?
He was assistant director on that one.
Have you ever seen Cannibal Holocaust?
I don't remember, actually. I might be confusing it with Cannibal the Musical.
Probably. This movie is more or less.
I think you told me about this one.
Yes, I have seen it as well. Yeah, it's not that movie's not. It's not a film that I would recommend to the casual.
No, it's like one of those faces of death kind of thing. No, where it's just
right.
Like
yeah, it's a lot of death, a lot of torture, a lot of. They actually kill a turtle in there.
That's right.
Yeah, but from my understanding, the natives actually ate the turtle.
I mean, yeah, good for them.
That were on film.
I'm not gonna waste it, but that's still kind of like.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that's not something you want to see on screen, you know. But Demons, 1985, Roland. What do you think of Demons?
Oh man, so like I've been, you know,
I know something you kind of put off for a long time.
It is. I do have a very, very healthy interest in classic, vintage horror movies. Unfortunately, as they are to me, they're largely trash. Like just like any other movie. So I have to watch them with that in mind, in the mind of like, all right, I'm watching a period piece. This is like, remember what was this like for this particular time? Like in this case, the 80s. You know, so this movie came out in 85, right?
That's right.
So
85 was a great year for films.
Yeah, it was. It was a great year to be born.
I think, well, that was you, right? You fucking bitch. I think Back to the Future came out then. I'm not sure.
So,
but that's classic.
But yeah, so like I've been wanting to pick up and I've heard of Dario Argento for some time. I've seen just little clips and read articles and shit that people have been gushing about for years. I thought it was pretty interesting for certain aspects of the film, and then the rest of it was just really boring and like just at no point. Let's just say like there were a lot of extra characters in this movie. There was a lot of just sort of like drawn out scenes that were pointlessly drawn out. Like a lot of.
I will say that this movie, like I said, follows the tropes of the '80s, but it also has that very Italian type of filmmaking to it.
Right.
Like you mentioned before.
It's almost like a film noir film.
Right.
Like he uses very like just contrasting solid colors,
There's not
like
much
lighting.
Character development.
Right.
No.
This
is just a film that is meant to it has the gore. It has the gore in there.
Mm-hmm.
It has the
standard
come to think
mob
of it,
tropes that you find in horror movies where it's like a big group of people lose their fucking mind and then you just go around.
But come to think of it, that's basically it.
Yeah, kind of.
No, it's pretty standard. I mean, it's pretty simple. Like not much to it.
I think a lot of the appeal for this movie is again like in the practical effects.
Yeah.
They kind of dragged those out quite a bit. It was really funny that the blind guy got made blindered, even more blinded, with his eyes being gouged out or something. But they use a lot of like clay and like prosthetic sort of effects.
It's the 80s.
Which I kind of like, but again, like it's just like everything is almost like 30 seconds too long.
Are you like more of a fan of like that quick jump cut kind of thing? Like if they say they attack the eyes or something,
no,
they wanted to like kind of cut something else like really like.
No, I don't. I want to see that, but like I don't want to be there forever. As he's just like that sort of thing. So like I am of the what's that fucking
mindsets?
No. So like, hold on. Just tell me here. This will make sense when I get to the end of it. But what's that fucking fairy tale of the little girl with the 3 bears?
Oh, Goldilocks and
Goldilocks and 3 bears. I need that just right, just perfect bowl of horror soup for you. Okay, not too much gore, Not too much, but yap, you know. It's right in the middle, baby, you know? And unfortunately, this movie was too much to either extreme. There's no middle ground with this shit. And everything is just dragged out. So again, I liked seeing that. I really liked the lighting for this.
Yeah.
Because it again, like everything was just like, oh, this is just very like classic horror, which is very cool. Understanding that. If you did not have that, if I went in there immediately just watching this, I would have fucking hated it. And I mean, part of me still does. Because I'm just like, this is like, you know, D-list sort of like George Romero kind of stuff, you know?
Well, yeah,
it's like foreign film George Romero.
You know, at the time, whenever George Romero came out with a lot of those zombie movies,
these were his inspirations, weren't they?
No. Well, the thing is that like a lot of the Italian directors, as far as I'm aware, I think it was like Lucio Fulci. They pretty much like took those movies and pretty much like just made it their own.
Yes.
And
that's something that I liked about.
But that's where you get some of this kind of like.
Because it's almost like a screenshot of
the scenes themselves, and I've seen other horror films from like Italian directors, I guess.
Sure.
And they always have that type of filmmaking. So, like they'll stay on a shot. Mm-hmm. They may cut to something, but they're coming right back to it. Like you know, for instance, whenever you said the blind guy got blinded, or you know. She was there fucking doing this thing. Yeah. And then they show the face. And then they went back to just... And then they went back to the face. And then they went back to that, you know, like...
Yeah.
And, you know, but here's the thing. I think I would say the fault of this movie is probably in the fact that they kind of kept on for time. You know what I mean? There's a lot of instances where...
I don't like those moments, but hear me out or correct me if I'm wrong, but when it's sort of drawn out like that, you know, where it's like the camera focuses on their profile, and then it goes back to what they're doing, you know, whatever kind of little horror effect that they're working on. Does that give you like a sort of like Grindhouse sort of like, you know, theming with that, where it's like the emphasis is on the grotesque?
Yeah, right? That's all these movies
that's
are.
The point. Okay,
like
I just wanted to make sure that's what I understood. That's what I've sort of gotten from reading and like looking about Italian horror. And like a lot of it's like.
No, I'll say like I'm not an expert in Italian horror. I haven't seen all the movies.
What the fuck I'm talking about?
But I mean, just from the ones I have seen, there's been a lot of similarities between the way they direct or the cinematography, or just the way they use the effects.
Yes.
Camera angles, all that kind of shit.
So like, I really liked that. I really liked how like sort of cinematic everything is. I liked the shots. I liked the colors that they used, and there were a lot of them. Very, very just like primary solids, you know, fucking green,
dark
red, blues,
dark red, really, really like pronounced reds.
Fucking reds out the asshole. Maybe some blues in there.
Those. I felt like the blues were a little bit like more subdued as opposed to like the reds.
Yes.
The reds were,
like I mean, like heavy. as a consequence of like what like those you know the colors represent, like that I understand in cinema. You know, red is like action. It's like fucking like, you know, violence. There's just like it's extreme, you know, events. Red is like blue is like it's a cooler color, literally, like that's what it's called for. So it's like more subdued. You know, it's just like more of a background kind of thing. It's just like, okay, this takes a fucking like, you know, a step back from whatever it is that they're trying to depict. You know, this is the main focus. I don't know. That's just what I like have seen from like standard film noir stuff. You know, that's how I understand how, you know, the use of color comes into play with all of that.
Rewatching this, I've noticed, like, I mean, you mentioned before, I mean, which is something that you would think it's to the detriment of this film, is the fact that there's just long scenes with nothing happening.
Yeah.
You know, and that, again, this movie is 88 minutes. Right? Imagine if they had really cut down some of that stuff.
Yeah, it would have been.
You're probably like maybe a 75-minute film. Mm-hmm. Maybe a 75-minute film.
So I hate that shit again, but like in I'm trying to understand it from like the perspective of, again, like long drawn out grindhouse kinds of approaches to film, then I can kind of understand what I hope they were trying to do.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily fucking agree with it,
It's a type of film that it's a type of
for that sake, it is interesting.
It's a type of filming that you're not necessarily fond of,
right?
But you don't mind the characteristics of it. You just want it done more efficiently. You know,
right? Yeah. I mean, like, exactly. I would love that they don't fuck around and use any of this extra fluff. Like we were mentioning, they could have trimmed this movie down like crazy, but for the sense of the cinematography and the technique of whatever the hell they're trying to go for, that to me is interesting.
Yeah.
Those kinds of things. You know, if there's like a particular purpose, as opposed to just like, oh, let's play out the gag.
Yeah.
You know, let's lean into the cheese or whatever. No, fuck off.
Yeah. I will say, like, as far as the characters are concerned, there's a lot of
MacGuffins.
Well, the
redhead?
I think the stereotype of the black gentleman, the pimp.
Yeah.
The way they overdubbed him.
Gentleman. Yeah.
the black gentleman.
What's up, baby? Who you cracking wise?
He was very stereotypical, but I think whoever... Yeah. I don't know if the guy overdubbed himself or someone overdubbed him. And I think,
maybe.
Again, are they deliberately trying to make his character like that? Or this is how they see American kind of folks? Because this obviously doesn't take place in America, but like... I feel that maybe the Italian directors, again, this is just off of my opinion and speculation, is that they are trying to take on these types of horror films.
Maybe.
And maybe make it more appealing to like mass audiences.
Yeah.
And this is at the time what they wanted. Just think of the soundtrack itself. Right.
I really like the soundtrack, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's so fucking ridiculous.
I think the soundtrack elevates the movie, and every time it fucking
into a comedy.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing is that like
it's not meant to be that way. Though.
Well, see, I don't think this movie. You have to take it.
You think so?
Yeah, it's outrageous. It's completely outrageous.
But like from watching it and listening to everything, I don't get like. I don't think they they meant that.
You said the same thing about Malignant. Literally the same thing.
I did.
Malignant. You thought they were being serious with all their nonsense, you know, and frankly that.
Yeah.
I don't. Well, okay, I'll say this. I don't know if like these Italian directors or like Dario Argento. Yeah, like do they really have a sense of humor? Because I've seen other Dario Argento movies and those are more drawn out than this movie.
Yeah.
And they have more parts that are like lull, you know. A lot of stuff that doesn't happen in the film. So you have to kind of take it with, I don't know, like, I just think that maybe like they're trying to make a film for the times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And this is their Italian version of it. Because, I mean, I've seen other, again, Italian films as far as horror films.
Yeah, we've watched
and those are more serious, like more artistic in a way. But this is trying to be like a little bit more outrageous. I mean, the gags are a little bit more graphic.
What was it called?
The guy on the motorcycle? Yeah. Give me a fucking break. And then the fucking 80s, and then the 80s music playing when he has a katana on.
Yeah.
If that's not ridiculous, I mean, or if they're trying to be serious, they're out of their fucking mind if that's the case. Because no motherfucker out there is going to come and say, I think the audience is really going to relate to the guy riding a motorcycle, a dirt bike that's has no way of having gas in it, allegedly. No, but it's full of gas. It can turn on, and he can ride it around the theater, ride on the seats, mind you,
and
with someone on his back,
the stairs
and up and down the stairs, and he has a katana in his hand. That alone, I mean, I think anyone would laugh at that. But I mean,
so yeah, watching this, it did remind me a lot of that other fucking movie we watched, which I wanted to say was probably another Italian horror film or took those themes. You'd remember better than I. It's the asshole with that drill guitar. What was that fucking movie?
Oh, is that like Slumber Party Massacre?
Yeah,
it's the same shit. You know, like
you're making like long drawn out gags.
Yeah, but just ridiculous movie. You know.
Yeah, and I mean, like I'm just sort of looking here, reading through these fucking sort of quotes that they had to say about it. Like, yeah, that's pretty much what they were going for. Looks like inconsistent, blithely indifferent to storytelling, as prone to cack-handled, whatever the fuck that means, unintentional comedy as to gross out horror. These are guilty pleasures. That's like the perfect way to sort of describe this film. Yeah.
Well, I'm just looking at this description here, or whatever it says on Wiki. It says, from retrospective reviews,
right.
Newman commented in Sight and Sound that the film was the sort of picture it takes at least 4 people to write. It isn't so much scripted as assembled, noting one-note characters. And there's not, we don't.
Yeah, everything follows in the stereotypes. The guys are like these dorky jocks. They're here to protect the girls, and the girls are.
Right, but these girls, like, what do we know about them? Nothing. They probably in school.
They fit stereotypes.
Yeah, they're probably in
as far
school.
as we know, they don't have parents.
Yeah, they got tickets to a show and they went to go watch it.
Yeah, and then
because
the world ends.
Spoiler, I mean, like they die at the end. Like we've been following them this whole time, assuming they're gonna survive, and they obviously don't. And the character that's the side character, hero, the samurai hero,
right,
comes out of nowhere and like saves the day.
The white savior
saves the day, you know, like
yeah, he saves the day, and then like they walk out of there and realize everyone else is fucked too. So and then, dude, it was so funny because the second I saw those credits rolling, I was like, no, there's gonna be more.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, I need to wait for this, and then just immediately.
Well, I'm gonna say like
they pull a Deep Blue Sea.
This is the fault of the film in a way where they're rolling the credits, right, and we see the back of the guy and the girl on the car, right,
it's still filming.
And they zoom in on her, but then they cut back to both of them again, and they zoom in on her again.
The emphasis,
right?
Yeah, we saw that, and I was like, oh, she's gonna turn into it. Like,
so I mean, they could have like stayed on there for a little bit longer, right, and then slowly started panning over to her, slowly,
panning out as they drive away, sort of thing.
Well, but like slowly, like just slowing down the zoom into her specifically, because they did the exact same move.
Yeah,
they went here, then they backed out, and then went back there again until she finally turned. I'm like, there's no reason to do that twice.
No.
Just do it once and like build the tension, you know?
Yeah.
But that's where like
the schlock, the goofiness.
Yeah.
The slapstick.
Yeah. So I mean
in.
like
they're like, what's this?
I mean, it's either that or they're just lazy and they're just like, do it again. It's fine. Like just redo it. And then let's just cut to her changing into a zombie, you know? And then like the little blonde boy like shoots the fuck out of her, you know?
I would only guess on this on the side of hilarity, because for the simple reason that most horror directors have a shitload of sense of humor.
Yeah.
Like anybody that like works in the horror industry, as like the little I understand it, they've all got a fucking like twisted ass sense of humor. So I could see that, you know, falling into that, because again, there was a lot about this that was really funny. But again, like, you know, I kind of wonder if it's a type of humor that is intended by the producers to only appeal to other like horror like lovers or whatever. They're gonna see something really stupid and just fucking laugh, as opposed to, you know, just like, oh, let's try to make this funny.
Well, I will say that the first time I saw this film, I've seen this many times, right?
Okay.
I laughed the first time. I had the same reaction.
When you were a wee boy of 13?
When I was a wee boy of 13.
God damn it, this motherfucker. The golden years.
I had the same reaction when I saw them, like when I saw *Malignant*. I was like, this is a ridiculous fucking movie. Look at what's going on in this film. The stereotypes are out of this world, you know, like, because like you get the pimp guy, right, and just the way he delivers his line, like, get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, like it's like a blaxploitation film or whatever.
Exactly.
Like we're watching Dolomite out of nowhere or some shit. Cracking wise, motherfuckers.
And then I think the one thing that got me,
the guy was shaved bald, completely bald, and the only hair he had on his face, well, besides those fucking like handlebar, you know, awesome.
I mean, he looked badass to me.
No, he totally did. He had those fucking like lightning bolt mutton chops or whatever. Yeah, no, he doesn't fit a stereotype at all. It's like, no, it's not. It's an original character, baby.
Original character.
It's very, very European.
But the other scene was when the guy just like randomly came out with the fucking motorcycle and the samurai,
dude, you
know, and he's like riding around, and then the fucking music starts playing. You can't put a 80s metal over this shit and like not laugh. No. Like as much as 80s metal tried to like hone this kind of very evil, satanic kind of like vibe. The second you start hearing
that double bass pedal or whatever the fuck, and like smoking in the boys' room or some shit starts playing.
It just like has that and then you have the guy from Accept. I think the guy from Accept like has more of a humorous voice to me.
Yeah,
you know, it's cool.
I mean,
like
they
his
fucking
voice,
the track they went with, "Fast as a Shark."
Look at that title. Look at that title. It's fucking ridiculous. As fast as a shark, get the fuck out of here, you know?
funny.
In fact, go down the list of the songs that were on this film.
Right here.
We have Billy Idol's White Wedding, which is probably like the most popular one.
Yeah, and that was like a...
Fast as a Shark by Accept, Motley Crue, Save Our Souls. Those kind of fit, you know? The Demon and the Killing, I think those were just like
Pretty
music,
Maids.
like, scores.
Yeah.
And then you have Rick Springfield. That's when these punkers who are doing cocaine out of a Coke can. Like those guys.
That was what I was talking about, though. That was just funny. What the fuck did that have to do with anything?
They don't have to do anything.
Nothing.
They're literally just introducing the characters with no background. The fact, you know, they're punkers. They like cocaine out of a Coke can.
Right.
And then at some point they spill the Coke. And then
they spend like a good 20 minutes fucking cleaning that shit up.
Well, then they have that one scene where the guy finds some Coke in the girl's cleavage.
Oh.
And that slowly, weird, creepy, like trying to take out just like, what is, it's weird. No.
Yeah, it is.
But the thing is that they had those guys listening to Rick Springfield. Those guys. And then you have Go West, The Adventures, and then Saxon, which is cool. I like Saxon too.
I don't know that version, probably. Yeah. No, this is a really cool soundtrack.
Soundtrack really like fits, you know.
It's just a little strange to see it like, you know, like what the fuck? Yeah. You know, because again, you understand, like the second you watch this and you're like, this is an Italian film. And then you fucking hear fucking Billy Idol or Motley Crue or some shit in the background. And you're like, what am I watching again?
It's just strange that Billy Idol was like in this. Like, since it's so popular, it feels like it's just out of place. You know?
Yeah, yeah. No, it is. It really is.
You would think that those punkers doing cocaine would be the ones listening to Billy Idol. You know, he looked like exactly like them. He dressed like almost exactly like them, but yet they're listening to fucking Rick Springfield.
Yeah.
Maybe that's deliberate, you know?
Could be.
Just to show like they're really hard youths, but they really have a soft taste in the arts, you know? The musical arts.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. This is
It's a funny movie, right?
It's
a funky movie.
It is. It's just watch it for an hour. I don't know. Like
it's a short film.
You could take 20 minutes out of this. It really just... It is. It really
is. It's a short
is.
movie. Yeah.
But it's still kind of like... it drags. It has those moments. But it's intentional. Like, it's for all intents and purposes that I can understand and try to rationalize, it's intentional.
It is, yeah.
So, you know, bring some snacks, right?
Always.
Relax.
And booze.
Yeah.
Also, what I did find funny is whenever they're actually watching that movie within the movie.
No, yeah, that was absolutely fun.
And then they're looking for like the burial of Nostradamus.
Yes.
That's
dumb.
Oh my
That's
God.
That sounds like the name of a rapper.
Yeah,
what
that's
does he fucking say? Noted hip hop artist, celebrated hip hop artist. He was discovered by Dave Chappelle, in case you guys didn't know. Nostradamus. Nostradamus.
I mean, yeah, this movie is basically a bunch of people going to a theater. They get possessed by a demon via scratches.
If you're looking for something entertaining...
It's pretty much a zombie movie, but they're demons.
This is about a 50-50 on the amusement shitometer.
If it's something you like, you know.
This
is very much my style.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, if you want this... Because this is exactly what this is. This is a specific style of film. Italian horror, and if you want to see that, fuck yeah, go for it. Because in that sense, it is very interesting. I did want to see that, and like I'm not enough of a like film buff to care about really any of that shit necessarily, but you know it is. I'm so curious all the same, at the very least to get that kind of look.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah, I mean these are the type of films that you recommend to a person who really likes like horror comedies
wants to understand
kind of thing,
like
or just likes a lot of gore and stuff.
History of film.
They don't mind a lot of gore because you say like it's gross. It's kind of gross. It's got some gross.
Yeah, they got the demonic zits or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people don't like a lot of that gore shit. And that's fine. That's totally fine.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, still on the like scale of things, it's pretty low. I'd say for like what we've seen.
Yeah, it's fairly tame as far as like what we've seen now. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen the Hatchet series.
Yeah, dude. You and I watched a few of them. It's been a while.
Hatchet series is that's it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's
or like Chopping Mall.
It's one-dimensional characters
My Bloody Valentine
that get killed.
Right.
Like we're watching this to see people die.
It's an homage
in
to
a very like the Terrifier films also, which you haven't seen yet. But I will say that this falls kind of into the vein. But those are American films. This is Italian, and so like there is a very different type of stylistic filming between the two.
Yep.
And if you want fast, like just straightforward shit, you watch the American versions of those.
Yeah.
If you want something that tries to be somewhat stylistic, artistic, and yet with a lot of that gore, you watch one of these films.
Yeah.
But to some folks, like the long scenes, the one shots of just staying there for a while, like that.
It kills me. But
I don't know if you've seen that one. I forgot which film it is. It's an Italian film, where the eye is going through like the piece of wood. And like it just stays there for a long time. Like the eye just gets closer and closer to that piece of like sharp wood.
Yeah.
And it stays there for a long ass time. And it stays there until finally it breaks, and then it goes in slowly. And that scene takes I'm seeing like a few minutes. It seems like.
Yeah.
And
but it's like fucking. Space Odyssey kind of shit. Just drags that.
But see that's worse, you know?
Oh yeah.
That's worse. Way fucking worse.
Way fucking worse. That is slow torture.
I will say objectively that as far as film is concerned, that is like one of the great films, you know?
It is.
But I can't really watch it because I've seen it once and I couldn't sit there and just watch the ship fucking come over the
Once
TV.
is
like
enough. Fuck off.
You know, they I think they did that. Well, I mean, technically they were copying that shit from like Star Wars and like Spaceballs, you know.
Oh.
But I can't see that. That's too much for me. Even that is what we're considering this is, but like not as entertaining because it's the slowest burn.
It was like watching a David Lynch film to me. Almost.
It's all slow burns, you know.
Slow.
You have to just appreciate the cinematography and all that kind of shit.
Yes, and like I can do that
once. One time.
Once, and I have to know that's what I'm seeing. Like, okay, cool. I don't
think I've ever met anyone who has said like their favorite film that they watched
was Eraserhead
repeatedly is Eraserhead and or 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Oh my gosh, fuck yeah.
This you can have on. It's short. You just have it on. You don't pay attention. You know, you see people die. Yeah. You hear a soundtrack. It's really cool, you know. But I would say that part 2 picks up the pace.
We need to check it out.
And we'll check that out, you know?
Yeah. We'll see.
But yeah, anything else? Would you watch this again, probably? Not by yourself.
Not by myself, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Do you think it's good to have on like the background in a party?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Yes, this is a very cool movie to have going on in the background as noise. You know, it's like a...
You're playing beer pong, and there's a bunch of people around, and you see fucking...
Yeah, exactly. And it's great. You know, one like a couple laser lights going.
Takes up the whole fucking TV.
You know, and my projector. Boom. Perfect. Yes. Yes. This is perfect fucking party time noise.
In fact, if you just like slice up all the zombie demon parts, and then just mix them all into one fucking like film.
Or just one long film, and I'd probably put like different colored like colored filters on them, just like a solid pink or a yellow or some shit. Give it that more like ridiculous noir.
Really, just take it over the limit. Yeah. Sure. But blast the soundtrack whenever, like, you know what? Blast the soundtrack separately. Just have it silent, and then just blast the soundtrack.
And you have no idea that it was a goddamn zombie flick. You just. No. You're like, oh, this is really cool. What's this crazy? For?
What is this mix that you have going on?
Yeah.
You know, I kind of like want to do that. You know, just have that as a background, just in case for at one point or another you're having a party, you play that shit, and it's just like kills after kills after kills going back to back with like some kind of 80s soundtrack behind it.
Sure.
Be cool.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty sure someone's done that for sure.
They probably have.
Most definitely they've done that.
Do a quick YouTube.
We are not original here.
No.
At all.
No. I don't bother with any of that shit either. Original ideas have already been taken, so fuck off.
But yeah, I mean,
we're just all about having fun.
I've watched this repeatedly.
Right? Yeah. With your family every Christmas.
I think I've had this playing on in the background at some point or another. I'm pretty sure whenever we lived together, like it was playing. You know, I'm pretty sure that was the case. Yeah.
Not at all.
This movie, I own this movie. I own this one and part 2.
Yeah.
This movie does rest, and regrettably, in my DVD case. The one that has like the. I regret it so much just having that. I wish I had some kind of protective case like my vinyls and all that kind of shit. I'm gonna get to replacing all those at some point or another. Because I go back and I see all the horrors that I have, and it's just like, this is terrible that I have them just in this little sleeve. Like loose in a sleeve? That's
disgusting.
Terrible. It's not.
This is a fan, folks. This is a true connoisseur.
I used to be a collector of film.
Yeah, me too.
Films, a lot of horror films. Like,
nope. Well, like most of my collections were the $5 bin of greatness.
No, I horror, or so I would say like October comes around and I like scour the Best Buys, the Walmarts, the Targets, the Barnes and Nobles for horror films.
I've been getting like quite a few. Oh no, where'd my phone go? Yeah, some really cool. Yeah, it's over there. It's too far. Damn it. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of really cool, like anthologies and like collections and shit at Walmart recently. Yeah. So like they're starting to crack out. They're dusting off the fucking Halloween time.
Yeah, dude.
Oh man.
Those are the best times to buy films because they're always on sale too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I need the fucking Addams Family, the original Addams Family, all of those seasons, the original fucking.
Oh, you want the show?
Yeah, I want the show, which is I think it's two seasons. There's the fucking monsters that I saw there. Fuck me, like I just saw all this cool shit. My phone is right over there, but no. Anyways,
I will say one of my treasured DVDs is my collections of Forever Night.
What? I didn't even know you had that shit.
Dude, I have all 3 seasons.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
It's one of my treasured collections.
I would have to be, because nobody the fuck even knows that's a thing. I didn't.
People out there know what Forever Night is.
Don't give him
If anyone's watching this knows, please comment below. Like the one person who watches us to the end. Comment below.
You sound so desperate. You absolutely killed my train of thought. Oh my God. Okay, I was trying to find, but yeah, like tis the season for horror deals, and bargains and shit. It's fucking great.
Well, this is one I do watch every October for sure. I mean, this is kind of, again, since I've seen it before, it's not something I would like pay attention to necessarily. I just kind of have it on the background while I'm cleaning or doing something else, you know. But I do want to get into more Japanese, like really.
Yeah.
I want to say torture.
No.
Like, I think I mentioned the Audition at some point.
They're very heavy on the gore.
I Saw the Devil. They're very violent.
I wanted to, so like you sent me the one from the makers of Tokyo Gore Police, which is another one that I wanted to check out. It's just heavy on the schlock. Yeah. It's like, so just to give you an easy in, it's like watching a Japanese foreign horror film at its most ridiculous awesome is like watching a Robert Rodriguez movie. Planet Terror?
Yeah.
Same shit. So, fucking gold. The only difference is that...
As long as it's not death proof.
No, it's not. None of that shit. No. We don't... Shut up.
You know, in that case, Roland, I was going to say, like, maybe you should put that death proof poster I have, like, right there. Right over your bed. Right over there. Right over the studio bed, I mean.
God damn it. Yeah, studio bed. That's what that is. No.
No.
Maybe.
We'll see.
But yeah, so...
You name me a poster. What poster could go over there? To decorate.
I mean, I got a lot of them. But, you know...
What is your favorite...
My favorite?
Movie? Asteroid City.
God damn it. Well, currently.
Currently it's
I just want that one screenshot.
Yeah.
Don't need any others. And that's a custom, baby. All right? You ain't going to find that just farting around. You need to get into the special Reddit threads for that one.
Oh, certainly.
Anyways. Yeah, so it's pretty much like watching a Robert Rodriguez film or like watching Dead Alive.
Yeah.
Just like, lean into that schlock, that fucking like goofball slapstick horror bullshit. Which is why when you sent it to me, I was like, yes, I need to see those because it just reminded me of that shit. Let me just really quick. I need to find that movie.
Well, let's end this then.
I know. Hold on. Just. I need to find it.
Just FYI, he typed in Tokyo gore poo.
Almost.
No, you did.
Shut up.
It wasn't.
I didn't hit
almost.
enter, bitch.
You fucking said. You fucking typed it in as such. You know?
You bitch. Bitch. You bitch. Okay, so where is it? It's gotta be. I think
Dude, they all have the names that have something I would watch.
Yeah, yeah. Meatball Machine, Kodoku.
Meatball Machine.
The Ninja War of Torakage. Zombie TV. Yeah, no, there's a lot of.
Oh, the ABCs of Death. That's a segment, you know. you know, they're having another VHS movie coming out right now.
Yeah. I thought I was talking to you. I thought it was like
we should do a review on that.
It was like I watched the first 2 VHS anthologies, I think.
It's got good segments. But
yeah, it does.
It's not like all the way through. Right
No.
Now,
so the reason I like it a lot is that because it's one of those few series that does, to me, found footage like well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really not a fan of fucking Blair Witch bullshit to begin with. It just annoys me. But those, like indie films and stuff that they have that use that same perspective, they're fucking awesome. Like I think I told you about it recently, or not recently, not too long ago. There was this Spanish horror found footage film where it's just some kids or whatever, some group of people, they go into the forest and then they slowly get turned into zombies. And I think I told you about it, but one of my favorite shots, and because it made me stop, kind of twitch a little, watching it, was they put a GoPro on one of the zombies, and you just see the zombie perspective, and he goes over to this corpse and just starts eating his fucking guts out, But again, you get to see it like Hardcore Henry or whatever the fuck, kind of, which to me, I was like, that's cool. Like, that was interesting.
Well, I'll tell you, as exciting as that sounds, that's nothing like Demons.
No. No, you're right. All right. I'm getting fucking carried away there. Let's just finish this shit.
Alrighty, well, that's pretty much our thoughts on Demons. I enjoy it still.
It's cool, again, for the perspective, for the shots. If you're going in there trying to enjoy just I want to see a horror, you're probably not going to like this.
Depends, again, on the type of horror fan that you are.
Right.
Because, you're a horror fan.
Yes.
I'm a horror fan.
Yes.
But we are also very different in the types of films that we do like.
Sure.
I
love practical effects.
We do meet in the middle on certain things.
Sure.
But, we do kind of I would say a lot of shit that you like, I like, but sometimes I go too far to a certain end of the spectrum that not most fans would like to go. For instance, watching Necrophiles, I'll watch that shit, but that makes you fucking weirded out. It is weird.
Not that it it's awkward. It's just okay.
Yeah.
So what?
If you're gonna go heavy on the stupid.
What are you doing?
Heavy dumb shit movie. I'll watch that shit.
It's not that kind of thing. In my sense, would freak me out necessarily. It is awkward.
This is not.
It's just
what you're interested in.
What's the point?
Yeah. And to me, I'm there is no point. And I'm just watching.
And I get annoyed, because immediately I think of why did this scene need to be here? What are you fucking doing? I'm thinking of in terms of just again the logic, which doesn't quite
you're
fit.
Saying why does this scene need to be here? And I'm just because why not?
And I fucking hate it because it's just these guys it's fluff. Fuck off,
Some fluff can be funny.
Yeah.
Some fluff can be boring.
Most of it's boring.
Most of it is boring. But sometimes you get that one director, producer, filmmaker. You get that
5-minute focus film on the girl with the cocaine on her titty or whatever the fuck. Okay, all right. Let's explore this thought just a little bit.
Yeah, but sometimes it goes nowhere. Sometimes it.
Right. Sometimes it's just a titty.
Sometimes it's just a boob. And in fact, they would say that specifically.
Yeah.
I feel like the director just
he's just fucking with people. We need
necesita un
bobe. Dame los tetas.
Sí, despacio. Muy slowly. He's looking at the camera this way, But anyways, I still enjoy Demons. I'm glad you got to watch it.
Yeah,
And,
I've been really wanting to see some more Dario Argento flicks. So
I'm not sure how much you'll like the rest. Because
I probably won't, but I still
would like to watch them. Gotcha.
I can like sort of stay objective about like portions of it. Kind of.
Yeah.
Hey.
Alcohol needed for sure.
Yeah, which is funny because we just ran out.
Man, good.
Just ran out.
Remember, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. Down there somewhere.
Got any other Dario Argento movies we should check out?
I got plenty.
Suggestions are great.
I mean, yeah.
Help me.
But I mean, what do you
guide?
watch?
Anything with boobs.
You know, we have a lot of movies to watch.
And demons. Yeah.
But
we got the rest of our lives, baby.
And our brains don't allow us to focus so much sometimes. Like we just can't decide.
No.
You know, we would rather have someone else decide for us.
Yeah.
We had a few. We've had a few
really
people
does.
suggest. Someone actually on TikTok suggested that we watch the 1987 movie, which I've seen. Summer Camp Nightmare. That's a weird movie.
Oh, okay.
That'd be something we could watch.
Yeah, right on.
We've had a fan also say that which we did was what was the John Woo movie that we did?
Hard Boiled.
Hard Boiled. They suggested it. We watched it.
Yeah.
Boom, there you go. Like it's that quick. Like suggest a movie, we watch it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it lends towards it. You know, like again, like they suggested John Woo, and I'm a pretty big John Woo fan. So,
and someone also has suggested at some point in one of our comments.
Fucking Monk.
They suggested we react to Incantation. Which is another one I've been trying to get.
Interesting.
But it's another one we should do. So I think it's another
sure.
Japanese film as well.
Fucking awesome.
But yeah, again, please like and subscribe. Comment below movies that you would suggest that we watch for spooky season, or even like next time.
Yeah.
Or you know what? We don't even care about the time.
We
watch
don't.
our movies all the
we
time.
watch this shit all the fucking time. This is just like a bonus.
All the time.
This is just like a bonus. Like, oh, fucking cool. It's nice and like tis the season.
Tis the season, right?
That's about it.
Evil is the reason for the season. But yeah, that'll be it for us. We'll see you next time on the next review, the reaction. Just make sure you subscribe, notifications. Stay tuned.
It would be nice.
Goodbye.
Bitches.
How do you say that Addams Family thing go?
Oh.
You know what I was thinking? I was going da-dun, 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 da-dun.
What the fuck?
What do they call that? The chalupa?
Yeah, it's a fucking cucaracha.
Is that what it's called?
I think so, yeah.
The chalupa.
No.
Always got to associate it with some kind of like...
I'm pretty sure it's la cucaracha,
meat,
ya
cheese,
no puedo
and tortilla.
caminar.
Very Jim Gaffigan kind of shit, you know? See, like that's what I get in my head before hearing that. That's it.
Yeah, that's fucking fuck. Yes, bitch. Jesus Christ. Whatever.